how we can really help people to succeed. I really have a hard time to like think that someone will make a video of like 10 steps to be this 1%, and that someone will have the guts and the energy and really talking with their guts, with their heart, to do it, to commit to this like 10 steps. Maybe the 10 steps are working, but everyone know like what is healthy for them. Everyone know like that working, if you want to be successful, I don't know, in school, there's no secret, you need to work. Do everyone is doing it? No. But a lot of people want to succeed, the success without the struggles. Whatever. So yeah, I think that you really need like to have this like want of like winning, not winning like in a competition way, winning for yourself, winning to do that what you wanted to do and what will make yourself proud and not other people proud. I think the main thing for like success, and again, I'm no one. I have my story, which is, I think, interesting, that I will be happy to share. But right now, I'm just a like student, you know. I didn't accomplish that much yet, let's say yet. But at least I think that my story is interesting for some people that was stuck in their life how I was before, and how I unlocked certain things. And if my story can help some people, it will just make me super happy. But I think I will talk about my story in another video. This time let's just focus on like this thinking on like how to really success. So to really success, I think that you need to like make actions with your guts. It's not something that you will like one day read and be like, oh my god, I unlocked the success, I just need to do these steps, and these steps are maybe not even going to push you to success. But even doing these steps, even if you think that these steps will like give you the success, what are your real motivations to do them? What are your real motivations to commit to it? And if like you just do it, you're maybe going to like be able to like do it for like a week, a month. If you go for a month, that's already good. But like if you really want to succeed, you will need years. You need a system that is sustainable. And the main component of this sustainability is your purpose. It's your purpose. And your purpose can change over time. But if it changes, it needs to be a purpose. If you live like a succession of actions, but there is no purpose behind that, and this purpose, maybe you have one, but like you don't feel it with your guts, you don't feel it in the most deepest way of your heart, and so you will just not commit to it. You will do it, and one day you will be like, whatever, what I'm doing that, it's not even working, it's blah blah blah. It's because you are not believing in it. You're not believing in your purpose, and your gut is not talking for it. So here, when we talk about success, let's focus on like the professional aspect, professional slash education. I don't think that success are limited to that, not at all. All the personal side is as important as this side, and even maybe more. Because yeah, like if you have all the money and I don't know, your dream job or whatever you always wanted and you have it now that is still material, I think the life will be very boring. Boring, lonely, and no, this is not what we want. We want a life that is fulfilled, excitement, and yeah, just being excited by the idea of the getting older, because we know that right now we are doing the best that we can, and that we are like so excited to know like what will be next. But so, like, let's say that. So let's say like how to find this purpose. If this is the main component of like all this system, how to find it? That's a good question. That's a good question. Good question, Lina. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to open your heart to yourself, spending a lot of time trying to like figure out what you really want. It's really hard, not going to lie. But let's like review how to choose like a path, like a professional one. You can keep asking yourself, oh, I love this field. Oh my god, no, actually I love this one. There's so many things interesting. Or there is nothing interesting. Both of them, for me, have the same results, which is you're going to do nothing. or doing one and still thinking, oh, I think I should have took this other path that sounded more interesting. Well, the reality is that there is an interesting way to see the world in many different ways, and every part of the world, every field, every subject can bring interest. If you like learn about anything, if you learn about anything on this world, it's the fact that you have been able to struggle on it a little bit that will bring you some kind of love to it, which is weird. But having put in the effort to like try to understand it is what will make you have this curiosity of being like, oh, what's next? How deep I can go in this subject? And this is the case I really think for like any subject. Like right now I'm studying cybersecurity and computer science. It's really interesting, really cool. But I'm sure if I had took like biology, I will be like, oh my god, this is like super interesting and this is so relevant for the world. And if I had choose like, I don't know, architecture, I'm like, oh my god, architecture, this is how we make people like live in a way that they reflect themselves in, and blah 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 blah. Or like, I don't know, how we like finding way to put all homeless people in like a certain type of architecture, so you will like change the whole society, and putting everyone under a roof. I don't know, whatever you can do with architecture, but like any subject can be like so relevant to something that will talk with your guts. That's just the point. So that's weird how I chosen my field. I think I chosen my field by being like, I need to do something. Computer science seems cool. Let's try it. And the thing is that I was like, I want to do something very hard, because I think I needed to prove things to myself, that I could do these things. And I was like, computer science, I'm understanding nothing now, but I think there is like more hard that I could achieve. And so and that's so stupid, because like I chose the telecommunication field. And why? Because I just saw like I read a book on it. I was at the library and I opened a book on like 5G systems, and it was just a lot of math. I mean, it was like a lot of like things that I didn't understand. Oh my god, I need to like take tissue. Ugh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Deal. Okay. Oh my god, this is my like. So I don't remember what we was. Oh my god. Okay. I don't remember what we were saying exactly. Yeah. So how I choose my path of telecommunication, because like I was in this library reading books. I sound very nerdy, but I don't know, that's something I was doing, like reading books on things I didn't knew. So I picked this one on like 5G, and I knew nothing about like telecommunication, computer science, nothing. I was just like, oh, let's take a look. And yeah, it was like a bunch of physics, a bunch of like things I didn't understood, and I was like, oh my god, I will feel so cool to understand these things. Like I will just feel myself so cool, because I was like, this is like a language I'm not understanding. Even like the phrases, I was like, this make no sense for me. This make really no sense. Like I was like, what is a stack? What is it? And all this like integral. I was like, what the hell? I didn't even knew what was an integral. I was just like, oh my god, that looks like Einstein writing. I don't know. I wanted to understand Einstein, you know. Okay. But yeah, that's when my guts talked about this subject, because I was like such like, oh my god, I was struggling my mind on this thing, and I was struggling my mind in a sense that I wasn't understanding, and I was like, I'm not understanding shit, so my mind is not really working. Like when we read something in another language, we don't process anything. We're just like, I'm not understanding nothing. And I was like, if I can learn this language, and this is when the struggle will like really come, because right now I'm just not processing it. So I just need to know a little bit to begin my struggles. This is how I saw it, and I was really excited about that. I was like, oh my god, it sounds so cool. So I came back to this library like almost maybe every day, to like read this book because it wasn't a library where you could like take it with you at home. So I was going to it and like reading it and understanding nothing. But I kept reading it maybe for 1 month. I was like, what the hell happened? And after that, I think I picked a book on physics because I was like, if I want to understand this language, I need to understand physics. So I picked a book on physics. It was a book from Feynman, and I was like, wow, this guy is so cool. I have very weird taste of like thinking that something is cool, but I think that, oh, this guy is so cool. Feynman, that's my bro. He's so cool. And so yeah, I was understanding nothing still, but I remember that there was like this one formula in the book. It was maybe at the beginning of the book, like read the basics, and I was like, okay, Lina, just try to understand this formula. And I wasn't understanding any of the symbol of the formula. For me, it was making no sense. Like, it was a bunch of symbol. And so I was like, okay, Lina, just focus on this formula. Just focus on this formula. So what happened is that I picked another book, which was a math book, because, oh my god, what? Okay. Which was a math book, because, of course, to understand physics, you need to understand maths. At least the symbols, what they mean. So I picked a math book, and I was searching for the symbol that was making this formula. I don't remember what was the formula at all. I just remember my feelings. And so, yeah, I just like kept reading, and at a moment I was like, oh my god, I get what this formula means. And I remember this feeling of like feeling so fulfilled. Like, I felt so excited. I really felt so excited. I felt like I discovered like something that never happened. I don't know, but I felt so excited about that. I was like, oh my god, I understand this thing that have this size and this just one line and like some blah blah. And for me, the blah blah was making sense. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, that's crazy what can say with like, I don't know, symbols. That's how I saw it. What I'm saying right now sound like maybe weird, but like that's how I was thinking about it. And I just found it so cool. So what happened after that is that I was like, okay, I want to do telecommunication because it just seemed to be like a bunch of things I'm not understanding. And like physics, but like physics really apply it to like real life. And so I was like, that seems so interesting. And there was also like all the computer science thing. So for me, it seems like something like very complete, like computer science, like programmation, physics, a lot of things. I was like just not understanding it, and I was like, if I know that, I will think I'm such a cool person. I just wanted to be cool. so yeah, I said I was not going to talk about my story, so I will stop here about it. But yeah, the main point of what I said that is that take something that told to your guts and make it happen. The make it happen is just like pick a subject and try to stick to it. Try to stick to this subject. Maybe you will hate it at a moment, but try to stick to it with the right readings. Like, I really feel that like, if I choose like the really easy way of like learning about telecommunication, it will be like the easiest will be like looking a YouTube video. a YouTube video will never give me the fulfillment of like understanding like through a book that have been written by like a certain person that like have a name in the field, you know? Like, I don't know, like if you want to learn about like Fourier transformation, it may not be like the most it will not be like the most easiest or like even the best way to learn about it by reading really the writing of like Fourier, because he you can read the book of like Fourier who is writing his like own formulas and like explaining them and blah blah blah, and it's like in an old language of like his time, and you can try to read them. It will be way more hard to understand it than like someone who is like from our generation explaining them and like in a way more educational and blah blah. But the thing is that going to the origin of the thing, reading the words that have been written by the creator of this concept will just make you feel like you're touching something. You're touching something that is really talking with your guts. You're touching something that like is the origin of like so much that came after, you know? And so you just feel like disconnection with the thing. You just feel disconnection with the subject when you try to come to the origin. And look, if you try to like read the original text from the subject and you begin it and you read like multiple chapters and you're not getting it, after go like on the most basics books or YouTube video if you want, but I don't know, the YouTube video just don't make like this struggle in your mind that make you feel disconnection with the subject and make you like feel in love with it, you know? you need to have some struggle to have this feeling, like for real. It's like when you're using like AI to do your assignments. How do you feel about it? You feel very empty, a lot of void. Feel that like, I mean, that's different because nothing is getting to your brain, but like I think we are more on this side when we are looking like at the easiest way to learn instead of like the original one that will really talk to your spirit, your mental, and that really will stimulate your intellectual. Let's stimulate it. Make it like more neuron going everywhere because they are so excited of like this thing they are looking at. So yeah, the main point I think here is like do things that you think you will feel proud after having done them. And don't put limits to you like on the beginning. Actually, you know, do the opposite. Be like, oh, I think I have a limit here, so I will like run, I will jump for it. Because if you're like, this is okay, this subject, that's a cool thing, I can do it, that's fine, like I can do it. If you think that you can do it, you will finish it and you will be like, oh yeah, I said I can do it, like that's fine. And you will know it will be hard to feel like this fulfillment and this excitement as much as something that you was like, oh god, oh my god, yeah. What I stepped in, like what I what I put in my feet, what is that? I'm not understanding a shit. Nothing makes sense. And if you can understand the thing that you begin it with like nothing makes sense, I will never make it. If you make it, and you will make it if you put like your guts in it, you will make it. If you make it, you will feel so you will feel proud of you in a way that is indescribable. And this is what will give you all the confidence to be yourself, because you know you don't have anything to prove to others. You only try to prove things to yourself to build that confidence. So this enables you to be yourself, be authentic, and just make things for your own and not for others, not for your mom, not for your dad, not for your family, not from to make things for you only, because you have experienced the sensation of making yourself so proud of that accomplishment that you will never want to like go back and like live for others. So yeah, I don't know, this video is kind of long, 30 minutes. I will cut a lot of parts. Okay, how I will call this one? I don't know. I don't know who will really watch it. I don't even know if I talked about like the main question I said since at the beginning. But let's take it like as a chit chat. Like we chit chat. I really liked talking about it. And yeah, I really don't know how I began this video, how I ended it. So maybe it makes absolutely no sense. And maybe people will be very lost in it. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. I think I will just post it, and at the end, no one will really see it. And maybe the few people that will see it will find some interesting things to take with them. And if it's only one person, I would be really happy for that. So yeah, take care guys, and maybe see you for another very messy video. Bye.